Do you get many objections or rejections at the end of a business presentation? Hello, it's Janelle here from JanelleEmma.com, and today I want to speak to you about business presentations and a little tip that I can give you that will help you to close more sales within your business after a presentation. So what kind of presentation do you do? What is it duplicatable? Is it a company replicated one that you use, or is it one that you've made up for yourself? Do you hear things like, is this a pyramid scheme? Do you hear things like, I'm going to have to go and think about this. I'm going to have to go and talk to my spouse. These are some of the objections and rejections that you may be getting, and you've got to think about what your presentation is telling them. Now, 80% of the time, the reason that prospects are hesitant to say yes to what it is you've just shown them is because they don't feel comfortable with it. They don't feel like it's duplicatable. For some reason in their mind, they're thinking, wow, that just took an hour and 20 minutes long for them to present that to me. There's no way I want to try and do that with my friends, my neighbors, my family members. I don't have time for that. So this is the things that they'll be thinking in their head, and they may not even ever say this to you, but yes, these are things that come up in conversation later on. And these are why some of these objections happen. This is 80% of why some of these objections happen, because they think that your presentation is, unduplicatable. They think that it's something that's way above their head. It's not simple enough. It's not something that they feel that they want to be doing to try and get them into this network marketing gig. So have a think about that for yourself. What is your presentation, your company presentation? And have a look at some of the things that you can do to change that or simplify it to help your team out and to help yourself out, to make this more duplicatable and simple for other people that are coming in or prospects that are looking at it. Now, one of the good ways to do that is to do videos. So your company most likely will have some sort of a company video that you can share. Make sure you're sharing that in person if it's an in-home meeting, or if you're at a coffee shop, or you're on a Skype meeting or a Zoom call, something like that. But if you have a company video, why not share that? Make that part of your presentation. Yes, you can have some slides there, like a PowerPoint presentation as well. But, have a think about, can you play this video for 10 minutes and then talk for 20 minutes on these slides? That's going to be more duplicatable. It's going to be more simple for the people who are watching it. They're going to think, wow, I can share a video like that. Or, yeah, that was pretty awesome. They only talked for 20 minutes. It was only 4 slides. I can do that. And it will get them to the point of, at the end of the presentation, they will give you a better answer instead of saying, is this one of those pyramid schemes? I think I better talk to my partner about this. Some of those objections are coming up because they're just unsure about the way that they could present this to their friends and family, the way that they could grow this business themselves. So you've got to give them the vision. You've got to give them that, not just the vision of what this company can do for them, but the vision of how they can do this for themselves. And if that presentation seems too hard for them, it seems like it's too long, it seems like there's a lot of talking in it, they're not going to want to do it. They're not going to want to put that into place for their own benefit and to join this team because of that. So on the other hand, you've got to really think about, are you being too shiny? Are you being too polished? Are you being too professional in your presentation? People don't see that as being relatable. They don't see that as being something that they can do. And if you turn up with a full suit on, very corporate looking, and your presentation is top notch, 100% perfect, you've said everything to a T, and there's 20 slides and you've talked for an hour and a half, that is not duplicatable. You might be perfect, you might be very polished, you might be very professional, but most people aren't. Most people want you to show them how they can do this for themselves. They want to see that, oh yeah, she's just, the girl next door just like I am. They want to see that this is something that's simple. It doesn't have to be easy. It's just got to be simple. Something that they feel that they can do in their spare time, that works in the nooks and crannies of their lives, that they can see a vision for this, that can create a better future for themselves. So you have to ask yourself, is this simple? Have a think about your presentation and ask if it's simple. Ask if it's duplicatable. Make a video within the presentation. Put one in there. You know, most businesses, most companies these days give you some sort of a presentation video. They're amazing videos, and we shouldn't be spamming them all over social media. That's not what they're for, but they are there to be used in a presentation. We have a video that we can use just purely as a presentation if we want to. And, you know, have a think about if you want to do that for your, you know, for your team to make it more duplicatable, or if you want to, you know, play that video if it's like a 15-minute video, and then you talk for 10 minutes before you close the presentation altogether. And if you feel that it's a bit tricky, you know, you feel that your presentation is a bit too over the top or too long, have a talk to your mentor, or if you are the leader within your team, get together with your team and try and change your presentation a little bit to make it more simple. Now, you don't want your prospects thinking, this is going to be too hard. There's no way I have time for this. You know, you don't want them thinking, far out, she just spoke for that amount of time and I cannot do that. You know, they've got to build that confidence and build that belief. And if they can't see that at the start, you are going to get objections straight away. So you want their thought process to be, you know, the opposite direction. You want it to be, yeah, I can do that. You want to change that around and not have so much resistance. You want to make sure that it is simple and duplicatable to your team. Make sure that you find a company video that you can use if you haven't seen one already. I'm sure that your company would have one. Usually they do. And not only do you want to make it simple, you want to make it realistic and duplicatable, the biggest reason is to get out of those objections. And if you can get out of those objections, that's the next step into asking them, how do you see yourself doing this? Or what did you like about what you saw? You know, you've got to, that's the closing questions. I won't go into that. Today is talking about the presentation itself, trying to make it as simple as possible, as duplicatable as possible, and something that your prospects or your visitors can see that they can do that for themselves. Now, some people will still say no, and that's okay. We don't want everyone and anyone in our business. We want the ones that see the vision. We want the ones that are the go-getters. We want the ones who get it straight away when we've spoken to them. And, you know, if that's not everyone, that's fine. We don't want everyone because it's just not going to be right for our team. Don't be addicted to the outcome. Don't be addicted to you know, what it is that you're closing on. If you're closing properly, you will close more people. If your presentation is up to scratch, it's simple and it's quick and it has some sort of a video in there and people can see that they can use that for themselves, you will close more people. And, you know, you won't have as many objections and, you know, rejection in your business. You won't have as many people thinking that they can't do this for themselves. So I hope that that was of value to you today. Please like or share or comment this if it was of value to you. And I'd love to hear what you do within your business, what your company presentation is. Why not share that with me below? Why not share it with a few other people? Because there are people out there who are stuck with this. They feel that they can't do a presentation, or they feel that their presentation is just not simple enough for them. Show them a video they can use. Show them some sort of a short end presentation that has a lot of impact and a lot of power behind it. Reach out to me if you want me to help you with that. I know a few different ways that I can do that for you, and give you a few different tips on that as well. So I'll speak to you all on the next video. See ya.